Hey guys and gals, welcome back to Drill of the Week. This is Drill of the Week number 14, Duck and Weave. So, going to cut right to the chase. It's a middle and low register flexibility study that you can apply equally to the contrabass tuba, bass tuba, trombone, you name it. But it's in a register that most people avoid doing flexibility studies in. Myself included. I've always wondered about that, and then it occurs to me the reason that most people do middle and upper register flexibility studies is that's where all the easy fingering open partials are, and so everything's closer and everything lays well. You know, it's sort of like the idea if you apply it to the trombone, like the Remington studies. If you're going to play across the open partials, that kind of limits your note selection, so to speak. So as a result, we tend to start gravitating upwards in our flexibility studies, but we neglect a register that I think is quite a bit more challenging to be flexible in, and that's the low register because of how pronounced the slots are on each instrument in a low register. I mean, they're very notchy, so to speak, and it's problematic fingering wise, but it's an equally important register to be flexible in. So right into it today. I'm going to be speaking because I did it, the recorded examples on my C tuba while I was warming up, but you can do this on B flat or E flat or F tuba, euphonium, trombone. You'll just have to transpose accordingly. So starting on the open partials of my C tuba, basically the partials that I cover are 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1, and I do it in a triplet pattern. Start kind of slow. Let's say quarter note equals 100 for today. I recorded 100 through 150 as a quarter note. And you go in triplets or sextuplets, however you want to think of it. Terrible singing, not quite on pitch, but you get the idea. So it's 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1. Now the fingering is going because you're in the middle and low register. Those aren't all open partials, so you're going to have to finger the arpeggio with the appropriate buttons, and so it becomes a coordination issue along with the flexibility. So on the first series on C tuba that I'm doing, it'll be 1 5 3 1 5 3, and it'll be 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1. So I'm fingering the E below the staff 1 and 2. You can use 1 and 2, or you can use 3, whichever is more facile for you. And then I take 4 beats breath, rest, in the same tempo, and go down a half step. So then it becomes 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1. 4 beats breath, then go down another half step. 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1. And I do that all the way until I get to the 2 and 4 combination. Now you can go lower on a 5-valve C tuba, but I've only gone down to the 2 and 4 combination for those folks that only have 4-valve tubas, and or also the trombone players. Because I also play bass trombone as well as tuba, I always kind of relate a lot of my studies to both instruments, and I think very much in relationship to slide positions, you know, thinking 1 all the way out to 7 and you can run out of slide. That doesn't occur with the 5-valve tuba, but with the with the trombone you run out once you get out to 7th position. So anyway, I'll do that pattern until I get finally all the way down to F sharp on the C tuba, low E on B flat tuba, then you do the math for E flat F or your instrument. So that's it. I start at a quarter note equals 100 today, and then you can advance the metronome as much or as little as you want. You can make this take up an hour, or you can make it take up like 5-10 minutes. It needn't take up that long. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish for the day. So today on the examples, I went in increments of 10 just for the sake of making a shorter video. So I went 100, then a quarter note equals 110, then a quarter note equals 120, then a quarter note equals 130, then a quarter note equals 140, 150. And I stopped at 150. You'll hear why when I get to 150. The coordination and the skips get increasingly more challenging to execute. And that's one of the reasons I like it. But I've since learned to do this study faster, but there's a point of diminishing returns where you start to get, because you're trying to get notes rather than be flexible, it becomes self-defeating. So I encourage you to, use a little bit of judgment and figure out what it is you're really trying to accomplish with these studies. For me, again, it's being flexible in the middle of no register. And the key to that, now to keep in mind, is it's two things. Every time you put that metronome on, make sure that you're hearing in your mind's eye, not just the intervals that you're trying to play, but also hear the rhythm and hear all of that before you go to play. I sit there and visualize it in my mind's eye right before I pull the trigger and take a breath and play it. I'm thinking of what's going to come out just before it happens. I don't think about the face. I just think about hearing the intervals, hearing the rhythm, and hearing the tempo lining up with the metronome. Finally, the other key for this is a big steady airstream. You're really going to have to blow what I call average air. You can't sit there and spear every air or every note with an air stream that's tailored to that note to get these skips to happen. You just got to think of a big, full, supported airstream like you're playing a whole note through this whole passage. Big, forte whole note. And then finally, I said there was two things. There's three things to keep in consideration, take into consideration. The fingering coordination, because it can get a little bit dicey. But that's part of the challenge, and that's why I like it, because it can get you through some fingering patterns that are a little iffy. Because you have to finger 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 5 3 1 when you get down in like 2/4 combination land. It's even more challenging for the trombone players because they're coming in and out on the slush pump. But you get it, and I think that there's a lot of benefit to be had, regardless of your instrument, whether it's a valved instrument or a slide instrument. So I think that's pretty much it. Keep the feedback coming. I really appreciate the support that I've gotten for doing these on a regular basis. I enjoy doing them. They're challenging for me, and I hope that they're helpful for you. That is Drill of the Week number 14, Duck and Weave. Hope it helps. 1, 2. One, two. One, two. Hope that helps.